remake the world as a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and...
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with his peace. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. Expola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher, no am I some pastor or preacher. Was released represent with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs, realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with his peace. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem, bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Slide out, blue sky behind ground. My crown flash helmet, so my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even seatbelted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked, the cards, my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibration from the gut of my pelvic. It bust off on some ices and velvet shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body enough for Mars, a female split. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows and shit to a fly, so haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're healer man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Turtle Shoot. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. To catch me, you gon' have to do more than scamper. Need more than scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies flake. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bra. You stagnated while I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dating space hazy, y'all. Busters stuck in the cages, face off. Acting shape the stages of fate, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing the step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement went for the height and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A crystal paralyzed what your fans get. Your world's in perils what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people never get a piece of the pie. And only go for the cracker. And go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
So, y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah, I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side eyes. Looking past the side spot. Third eye gang tight pops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox, ain't got a scope on you pilgrims. The smoke with some ropes. Some of our folks are still dumb. Deaf and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have this real show. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, play kick or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and neck off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID no issue. Could've blown it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle. To who holds the pistols. The debate was about who holds who the fizzle. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or black. We want our shit back. Fools, nobody speak. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than weak, a sucker or beat. Stand on 2 feet or drop the other cheek. The wise man know by his silence. Mostly disguise complies. Silence my clients from conspiring canals. Other aspirants of violence. Birds of fire. Trying to change to height. I'm sure and defiant. And if I was a migrant, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my head, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, murders, coopers, and hymen. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm non-client. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push out the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, no duck, no wreck, true music for real. My soul don't possess, real foolish get no deal. Ain't playing with love, it's personal, know what the business is. Big mindsets come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, or Big Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac,
what's
whether
up,
earth
baby?
is round or flat. We want our shit back. I'll get you up.
All truth is universal. There's some things that are universal. Honor your mother and father. Want for your brother what you want for yourself. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
This rhythm is quite refreshing. With that being said, permit me to breathe on y'all for a second. Check it out. No need to look afar or look asar. Your greed to put a scar on the foot of God. Wisdom of Tahoe from the book of Ra. Heals all wounds even after you took a mark. All praise is due. 21 gun salute. Lick shots at you whack rappers. I smack actors. I drag trappers down. Place the crown upon my head. Spread my apathy amongst the dead backpackers. Bring the royal back to life. Back to reality. It's all about reality. Not about a salary. For the love of this light. Naturally. Mesoamerica where DGs with bows and arrows be narrowly. Early escape sex grass. So carefully I trace my steps and ask Sharice to marry me through grace. She accepts at last. This is why white Jesus will at last unsparingly erase every bit of your history. Similar to what you did to me. Couldn't get rid of me. You're a kid to me. My forebears swore theirs were raw for years. I spit keeper the gas. Fast forward. I'm the last poet, last priest, the last airbender. To smash peace. Let us all hell niggas. Nug on netta. The living word. Without just some dead letters. Whether Anunnaki or Anasazi. The first Americans were not Africans, nor Nazi, Norsemen, Vikings, or some redskin, tribesmen, scientific proof, archaeology. So cosmologically, Caucasians lied about documented evidence with rocks cry out, wiped out from the top of Mount Sinai. I shout, the land devoured, ancient Kemetic gods fly south, my route from South America. We dare to sail back across the Atlantic through West Africa. Well, we return other than 29th, Perla to Moreau, Nubia. This their skin to tell, don't panic. I'm not here to overthrow, restore. 1, 2, 3, 4, where they fail to record. Even some of our renowned scholars detoured from off the seashore to flee more, just to be more. The rule of God is not for the dishonest man. Why does the sun stand still above a promised land? Well, after gunfire, there's plenty carnage, and then that whole day you have to pay homage. I am a descendant of the Amaru, Peru, Caribbean of the sun. I need Tahoe, assist the double staircase, balance of the two lands. Now if I can't do it, then tell me who can.
Secret passages that people have to come through in order to make it successful in this entertainment business, which you call it. I agree 100%. It's a lot of backdoor stuff. It's a lot of gatekeepers in the industry that will not let you come through that door. And there's a lot of homosexuality. Absolutely. There's a lot of homosexuality in this. Of course. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Scoping out my exit from this matrix where market and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave, I don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me. Plant-based, they can't wait to be on. So they risk catching a case with a plane in camps in the A-list. They want you in a play stripped on some gay shit, whether present or on some playlist. The agenda is the same. Your brain on a slave ship. Shine your name on their dot. They got it. Now you famous. Couple of dollars in your pocket. Entertaining. Keep you angry. You angry. You down so your soul can't reclaim it. You didn't try to say shit or really can't explain it. You had the means to do it, yet didn't change shit. Instead you continue to entertain us with the same lameness as the rest of the entertainers whose job is to tame us. Simulation is designed to block, shame us. The enemy is even more faceless. Realize the ones that look like us are even more racist. The white man's not the white man. Some might say explain this. First enslaver was a melanated chomo and rapist and his descendants for sure. Are your favorites in all facets of society? Yeah, what's the status to the sacred? Scoping out my exit from this matrix. Remarking and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave, I don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me. Plant-based and can't wait to be on. So they risk catching a case with a plant encamped in the A-list. They want you in a play stripped on some gay shit. You program on a slow spin. Once the dance done, lights glow down, turn your back on your woke friend. Learn the fact couldn't control him. You yearn to rap with bro now, so you burn strap with some bohem. What you earn can on the low end. The return taxes that you owe them. For that advance you don't know, slam to advance chose to backdoor him. Slept with a trans to expose film. Scanner yours and so grim. Your tangibles liquidated, assets frozen. You knee deep in debt. You should step 10 toes in. Tsunami like when I rock, I overflow. Show swim or drown. Let me expound more. Of the show jump, the leader of a free world. I follow no trend. 0% of me competing with you. That's on phone now. Scoping out my exit from this matrix. Where marketing and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave. I don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me. Plant-based, can't wait to be on. So they rich, cash it in case with a plant and camp. And the A-list, they want you in a blaze stripped on some gay shit.
You know, but it's like, it's almost like the powers that be want for you to relinquish your self-confidence, the power that we have, and the power that we have in ourselves. They want you to submit that to them before they will allow you be to have the riches and the success and the fame. I had to have somebody help me just in case you get out of it. I'm glad you said that. I read an insert, and it was a blogger. Okay. And the blogger was speaking about how once you reach a certain plateau of financial status, you have to do something strange for the change. You can
In my music, and in a lot of this music, it's only talking about to suppress, the oppressed, rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser, drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser, drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser, drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser, drop the oppressor, make no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'm like execution style, too late with apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of blame, by God, it's overdue. Your time is to the end. Locked out silent without sin. He put me on the letter for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With suppressors attempting to war zone. Revolution gets started in the Arizona. I'm a messenger prophet like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, with the plentiful simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. I'm quick to pull the Glock, blast the cutest. Don't take any type of skill. No, I'm ill of all citizens who haven't to stand. O'Neill's too late when the caps get pills. Double TC, going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When it's on the zone, all red in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I write. From above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' let them off, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. This world is such a and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Get your spider.
me make something to eat. I got to be out here. I have to have my strength up. I've got cutting. I mismeasured something, so I have to remove about just under an inch on 6 of the pylons, and then I've got to add 2 more to the very back, and then I'm going to brace those with 2x4s. It should be right at the right height. I've got to purchase one of those. I forget what they're, shavers, whatever, wood shavers. I've got to purchase one of those too. But I'll probably get that next week or something. I don't know. We'll see if somebody's got one they'll let me use. I don't know if I really want to have that as far as my tools that I keep to maintain this. But once I do those, so 6 of those I've got to remove. I measured, and I got to make sure it's perfect, 2x6. So that way I can get that mounted. But I also have to level the 2 that's in the front. So those don't have to get cut because it's going to be a whole different, as far as strength for the upper bed, to which I can lift the whole thing. And I'll be coming back on once I eat, let the food digest a little bit, walk on, come back. I'm gonna go live, set it up like I did before, and you guys get to watch me do all that work. All right, so I was actually gonna record it and just upload it, like a video on my other page, but I said for the time being, for now, let's do it over here, and we can take it on from there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bernard, you already know, man. Yeah. It's looking really good. But whenever you're building something like that, it's my first time. All right. No matter how many DIYs or how many people you've talked to, how many people have done it. Because if you remember, I was going to do it over in Page, but I couldn't have done it out there. It was just I would have had to ask and probably pay for the tarp and all this other crap, and I was like, no. On my land, I do what I want to do. But regardless of that, I'm going to make sure you guys see it. I'm not going to do the polyurethane. I'm not going to do the second coat of Flex Seal because I'm going to turn it all over. Well, I'm actually going to stand it up when I paint it the next time. By then, it'll have the door frame up, if you know what I'm saying. Like where the door's going to be. Okay, I'll have a small block in, and that way I can maneuver it a little more, stand it up, roll everything out, give it a good wash off first, make sure everything's good, and then roll that next one out. And then I actually was pricing the fiberglass. I don't have to get a lot of it to do corners, to seal all the corners. So, and the weight of that'll be next to nothing in grams, you know what I'm saying? So, in ounces, excuse me. So, maybe a pound, give or take, you know what I mean? Resin, fiberglass, get it on, mixed right the first time. I'll let y'all see that when I get to that point too. So yes, I can actually fiberglass on top of the Flex Seal. There's a prime on the very bottom of the tub. So it still will grab, it doesn't matter. Flex Seal in the heat, especially in 90, 100 degree, it's you go over there, you can mark, you can kind of remove the rubber. But then once that's done, these wasps, anyway, once they're having fun. Once that's done, then I will get the polyurethane. And I'm not spraying out here. I don't want to add, you know what I mean? It's bad enough Bill Gates has got one of the biggest carbon footprints talking about, we want to clean up the world, but right now they're working on something to put in your system to splice into your gene. They want to inoculate 7 billion so they can get rid of 7 billion. Anyway, it's nothing but a kill drug. I don't care what anybody says. That's what it's coming down to. You go from, internet, all of a sudden now you philanthropists, you're buying land, this, that, and other, and everybody hears whatever this new world order goofy stuff's going on. But anywho, so with that being said, I'll go ahead and bob that out and keep you guys, because I like doing it. I'm not even gonna talk about all the stuff that's going on. So you see what I'm talking about here, right? Let me pull this up right here. The meaning, okay? So, trajectory, right? The path followed by a projectile. Words are spells. They're projected. It's projection. It leans on something. Flying or an object moving under the action of given forces. We always say the windows eye of the soul, but the breath is the existence of life. I'm not a content creator yet. I'm learning to become a content creator. If you're a content creator, you don't have to bash. You don't have to gaslight, you don't have to throw shade and none of that to build yourself up. If you're so that important in your mere eyes, then speak it to yourself and in the mirror. If you're going to throw shade, then I have to come at you. And you're not ready for it. You know, if you have to throw shade, I'm not like I'm boisterous. I'm a man. I express these things. You know, I've been teaching people what I basically learned, what nobody knew nothing about. All right, I got Jewish uncles. So if I'm sitting here legitimately talking about something, well, some of y'all are talking about this, that, and I'm not gonna throw no shade, right? Go right ahead. Let that be your content. But never speak on the merits of when everybody, because I have people come to me, yo, what's going on with original Lone Wolf? Man, let the brother be where he's at. But I'll correct you when you sitting there and want to build yourself up. You think you're going to use me, and I called you tribe, I called you brother. I don't just do that. Now, if it's the frequency in the air, Chicago mentality, which means nothing to me, all right, absolutely nothing. I can care less about gang members, any of that stupid stuff, all right, because it's BS, all right, on some solid. Anyway, we can correct these fallacies. Ain't no yelling and all that loud, effeminate nonsense. Even the women shouldn't act that way. But I'm saying effeminate when a man's acting outside of rationality. I know some people really think they're being rational, but the majority of people don't know how to think. Not at all. And I'm not knocking. What I'm saying is think before you open your mouth. But if you get on a roll, let the intrepidation be on the subject you're talking about. Don't start talking about Zionism when you don't know the first thing about it. That's a key to the problem. And most people, like your knucklehead self, don't want to, you know, it don't matter what you feel like. What you feel don't mean a thing. Your emotions are what's got you in such a mixed up, confusive state now. All right? There's a lot of people think, oh, so-and-so, I'm 59, right? No. My injuries are my injuries. I've earned them. I stopped running marathons not that long before they came. And I didn't want to run again because running tears you down. I don't care what anybody says. You can prove that you can run a marathon, you go a whole bunch of miles, and you got a pace down, you're running 6-minute miles or whatever, which is fun. But when you have injuries, you add to them. So I keep stuff in reserve. And because I've studied martial arts boxing and I physically fight people, let's listen. I keep things in reserve because I know exactly on the key point of takeoff what I can do and that I can push it beyond that. So my massive energy dump is not massive at all. I don't have that I'm energy dump, now I'm weak thing. No, I'm focused. I'm jabbing to meet and it's if people think a jab is about speed, it is if you're getting in the ring as a featherweight. But if you're a heavyweight and you know how to throw a precise jab, that it's not about speed. It's one point to another. It's how your muscles acclimate. See, I've trained mine efficiently. When it comes to grappling, I enjoy a takedown. It's not about look around confusion while you're trying to move your arms and you don't know what you're doing with them. It's like when you're doing Kung Fu and you realize that all these exercises, right? It's about muscle remembering, right? Boom. Whether it's Taekwondo, whether it's, karate do, whether you got your crane fist, but it's all exercise with locks, parries. Don't mean you're gonna be doing this when you're throwing a hand or if you want to grab something. It's not meaning you're using a mantis fist. That's highly weird. Go talk to Raymond Shaw and those guys, Dennis Choi and all of them. You know what I mean? Jackie Chan and Samuel Hunt. Go talk to Bowler Young. Talk to them about, 2-foot screen fighting. No, it's the difference between ignorant ass strength, people who are just buckeye strong, and people who have a natural instinct to want to hurt something. It's controlled. So please, control oneself. All right? Be your own magistrate. Have a design. If you want to create content and the very people you want to call brother, you want to sit there and throw shade, like you know what you're talking about, be in your department. And when I said it's not a competition, that's why I'm calling your name out, Original Lone Wolf. Everybody knows this. Westside, he throws the term, Zionist Nazis, and he's correct. And his stature. I'm teaching. What we just talked about, Helena Blavatsky. Who else did we talk about? The names and the list go on. If you can't give sources and references, you want to be dismissive, stand up like a man and express why you're being dismissive, why you feel the way you do, because I'm about respect, and I never disrespected you. So don't do it again. The next time I'm going to embarrass you. I'm beyond. When I say I'm tired, don't follow suit with me. I've been saying it because I've gotten to a place where tired actually means something. Not tired because you can't facilitate, you can't manage, or you cannot handle something. I am tired because all the things that I've learned, what I've kept doing all my life now here, is amounted to this point of communique. And if you don't have that, it's not a, well, some would say it's a talent. It's a natural instinct, but yet you got to be nurtured in it. I am not one to do a lot of talking. That's why I mess with people. A lot of times I'd rather sit around reading stuff, looking at stuff, go over the information, saving stuff, finding stuff, putting together stuff. That way we can help the people who don't know nothing. But if you want to throw shade and act like you make up the 99.91% of what you are, the other out of the 100, and do yourself a favor and connect with them first. I'm all about the small numbers. All right? I'm about the damn small numbers. I don't care about all these other peoples or whatever they want to call themselves. When I'm talking about something, I'm drawing on a feeling. I'm actually pulling you into a place. I don't care about this. When you see me say Mossad and all that, it means nothing to me. The Kessenet, all that, Cornita, that, this, that. To me, it means nothing. I don't care to say it. I don't have a deal with them. They have treaties with my people that they don't hold, so they can kiss it. You know what I mean? We got this idiot right here. This guy right here. Some of y'all follow this clown. What's his name? This joker. Stacy Spirit Wolf Allen. He was a Moor. He was this. You know, he's in California. He's a security guard. Went to Africa. He's walking out. He's, oh, the nigger was here. They got to be African based on looks. That's that liberal mindset of confusion, dyslexia, and a few other things. I don't do the back and forth. He wanted to act a fool, come being disrespectful. My family fought on the side of the Confederacy because it's the origin. He wants to come with the Zionist narrative because they're the ones that created it. Just like they made people look like, they made people believe they you and they not. If you can't express that, explain that, don't ever cross my vector trajectory. Know where you're casting. Know what you're saying. Be very careful. Because this ain't going to go on. I'm at the point where I'm done as far as playing games. Turn the other cheek, my behind. All right? You haven't yet to come and visit or nothing. I don't need to go to Chicago. I've been all over there. I got a whole lot of folk over there. Come out here to the nothing. Allow yourself to free up for a moment. It ain't my problem if people can't make a proper or better decision while they're making these choices. All right? They can't follow themselves to their natural instincts because it's outside of themselves. They don't know their breath. They don't have the vision of seeing self. They can't put it anywhere. There's nothing exuding out except if you are out here and while they're trying to kill us, wanting to create more stupidity, I call it, division and hate and all this animosity and envy, you are your own freaking problem, not mine. Go take a drink on that and a smoke on that. I don't smoke and have a drink and act all retarded. It's the reason why I drink German beer. Wine. And not to get loaded. That's just stupid. Sit there crawling around, grumbling on the floor. Yeah, so that chump, I told him, look, I ain't gonna do that back and forth with you. You think you a Billy Bad? Look, I'm right here in Arizona, right? Southern. Come and visit me. We go to New Mexico, man. I got a friend out there got a gym. The Mexican, anyways, he's Navajo, and a lot of the guys who I trained are there, doing MMA and everything. Go there and get in the ring, put the gloves on, man. All we can just, I'm talking about the open hand, because I want to twist you up. They'll tap, and when you tap, I'll get up off here. You come out here, we ain't nobody that can tap. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I don't do that. If you have that much animosity, envy, hate, and all this other stuff, I'm not a facilitator of braggarts and egotistical ideologies and all this other stuff. I ain't with all that. We could set it up and fix it the way it's supposed to be fixed. That's simple. So, Stacy, you come over here with your little punk self. I told you, man. You travel all the way to Africa, that means you can get over here. Meet you, I'll pick you up at the airport. All right? Go straight to the gym, bro. This ain't no Mac. This ain't no China Mac and what you call it. No, I'm an actual official with the Chris's, with the 15s, the over and unders. I'm official with it. That's all I can say. I'm not bragging. I am going to talk about what I've accomplished and the fact that I am not that beaten down where I cannot perform. I'm not like Tyson, overtraining to get to a certain point, then to feed himself the proper diet to exude certain things while still moving because of entertainment. This is different. It's a passion. You know the difference between a passion and have to come back into it once you gave it up? See, I never gave it up. I didn't just stop fighting. Right before, not long before here, I had a squabble. Before he came down, I don't talk about my squabbles. I'm a little 28-year-old knucklehead over in Walmart. And I was able to go back in Walmart after I threw him around 2 of the damn aisles, smacking them, knocking them, flipping them, tossing them, tripping them. It should be on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Actually, we was kind of off the Roby drills. Anyway. That's all I'm saying. And I got an itch. I do. I'm not going to allow the energy that's messed up affect me. All right? It's not going to happen. It's not. All right? I come from a different generation that if you pay attention to videos, we got some staying kind of power, like on some real. A whole different generation. We want that goddamn poison. Kind of started with us. All right? No, I'm in poison. Stab, shot. Listen here. I have a whole lot of passion for existence. Not this life we're living. I'm going to enjoy it. I remember this old crackhead, knucklehead, old skinny black monkey. He's not a man. He selling his crowd. I was like, yo, man, you should really get into something else. Look into doing that. Well, I was a blackout drinker, you know, especially college time, right? And I in Jersey, I didn't care about them, but I rolled around with my firearm. You know, they ain't gonna no dang racists on my soul gonna tell me anything. But I'm gonna be abiding by the law as far as, you know what I'm saying? No, don't come over here when I'm not one of your little goofy that breaks your little dumb laws. They don't apply to me. Stay right where you at. I ain't no goofy Moor. We have people accepting that they're Moors and this, that, and other, whatever, man. There's enough information to confuse and cause confliction and make people believe this, that, and other every time you turn around. I don't parlay with none of it. You know? And I remember he started stealing my gun, and I'm drunk. I can't even see straight. He hit me a couple of times. I was like, what you doing? And I'm like a little, like, that's what it felt like. I'm like, you know, man, I'm trying to drink a whole liter. Yes, y'all, I had drank about a liter of tequila. Oh, yeah, I was walking. Yeah. I had drank about 8 old English 800s. I think a couple of guys knew me. And they weren't with it, so they went outside. But they would tell me, let me talk to you outside. Yeah, and they knew I was plastered. I think they went out to get their stings or whatever, something went wrong. So I think it was starting, well, they were going to rob me from a firearm or something. Why did they have it on me? Because they're breaking the cars in New Jersey like they're retarded. Anyway, and I had a pretty nice one. Anyway, so he hit me 2 or 3 times, and I'm sitting there going, what is this guy doing? He's like, and so, you know, I hit him in the gut and I hit him in the chest. Boom, boom. Because I'm drunk. What did you do? You know, and it was no raid because I was that inebriated. Like, I don't even know how I was standing up because usually I go and sit on the chair and be slumped. There, go on. You know, I'm out. But this guy, it's the mentality of these goofies. There's nothing I could do to fix that. That's up to you who are parents of these cats. He grabs my gun at the barrel. I'm going to put it up. My finger wasn't automatically on the trigger, but because you got to pull the gun back, it hit. But he pulled. Pop! Oh! I said, oh, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Excuse my French. What is you doing? He's a hardened criminal. I think he's hiding from parole because I says, yo, man. Went and got in the car. I says, I'm going to go and drive away, right? And I was drunk. So I went to a park where I knew people to borrow, and I knew a couple of cops around there. And I slept it off. I literally woke up like 5:30 6:30 in the morning. So I'm looking for the firearm. So I drive back around there. It's in the hallway, but I can't get in there. So I just go, well, you know what? I'm going to let a couple people know. That's all. I'm not messing with the police and all. If this bastard's out here doing these things and he wasn't smart, well, he's got to contend with the people that move like him. But I chose not. I told the ex-wife, the guy tried to rob, I was, drunk. I mean, drunk. And that's why I don't like getting like that. When I'm with you guys, we're having fun, and I know that I'm gonna have them in a spew, and it's gonna be something live to talk about, and that's something different. This was a different me. I had just got my black belt in Taekwondo, something on first hand. Did pretty good in college, working night at and I went out to have a drink. Well, I knew, and it's always gonna have that one character. He never went to the hospital or nothing. I was like, whoa, he must be in a lot of deep stuff. He was a crack dealer. I didn't like it. I didn't want to see it. I would always have my back turned, be away from it. I just couldn't be around it. But, I go, drive, get the drinks, and we go to the park, have a good time. Be like, yo, chill out with that stuff, and it was a good time. Wasn't trying to change nobody, but people knew, you know what I'm saying? They knew. But you have certain individuals who don't know. And I was like, man, we could have just fisticuffed, bro. We could have waited till I was a little sober or something. We could have, when I saw him the next day, I said, where's my damn gun? No. Right? Oh, now don't know. He walking around, I said, why don't you go to the hospital and get that taken care of? No, it's so good. I'm good. I said, and two of my boys, they stayed on it because they was like, we're going to find the gun. I don't know if they did. But yeah, he didn't swing and punch and all that. Because I went back like, yo, what's up? What's good, cuz? Now, always I have to back up and all that. But anyway, I was like, what's good? What's up, son? They were like, this nigga came back on, he got me. I was like, look, you can believe what you want, move how you want. I wasn't all emotional. I wasn't all loud. I was really hardly with no words. Okay? So let's stop this internet tag team when you got an enemy attempting trying to get rid of everybody. And if your malfeasance is that prophetic and your delusion, then so be it. I don't like the criminal side of things. I don't like stupid people. I know there was a point I was weak where whatever they're doing plays a part in certain things. But as far as that, no. I don't go out my way to harm or hurt no one. All right? Unnecessary, unneedful. It's not needful things. Come on, guys. We got to do better than that. I told the story of God Dog 1,000 times, and a couple people who said they knew about it. And I was like, well, good. And y'all do something to fix that. I'm not one to fix all those things. They're outside of my department. I was going to call the police, but I had an interaction with about 5, the dumbest racist something. I was like, fuck. Oh, no, here they go. They got me confused. So I didn't even bother with them. Bernard, I appreciate that donation, fam. I guess that was Friday. Appreciate you, beloved. And who knows, the way he living like that, if he didn't turn his life around, he might be a number. He might be back in the system. Hell, they might want to send him down there to Echo, whatever the place, you know. But other than that, like, come on, let's be mindful. Like, ain't none of y'all really that tough. Like, stop. Like, for real. Like, I'm not here to call people out, but I'm saying, look, you're not that tough. Stop it. Stop it. You know? Anytime, brother, just glad, like, oh, appreciate it, fam. Yeah, we can use donations all the time. That's why I always want to put Cashapp in there, but because I'm on him to start building his, so it's gonna, that way we can get it to where we need to be at. And then I gotta go up there. I might do it today. I don't know. If I get this to a point, then tomorrow I'll make it work. Go up there and finish that half deck off, and then start the last half. But I want to get this to where it's what they call a rolling chassis. It's not gonna be on wheels, but you know what I mean. Where it's like, yeah, like this is what we can play with. This is what I can do. This is what I'm gonna need. My vision comes a little clearer, you know. I've got to buy, I forget what they're called. Let me see if I can, I know I saw it on Amazon. I don't mind it being cheap made or Chinese, whatever. I'm not calling Chinese stuff made cheap. I'm saying the quality coming here because part of the agenda is crappy. Pocket hole jig. So I've got to get a couple of those. So I could probably order a couple of them, but I got to get there's different piece kits because I need to drill some, and I want to make them right. I don't want to just go and stupid, mess the stuff up. So let me see here. Let me pull something up. Oh, here we go. Pocket hole jig. Here we go. Masker pocket hole jig. That's the one I'm talking about. And you could change out the sizes and all that kind of stuff. So I could do the 14-piece kit for like $10, and then I can go for the drill guide jig. The drill guide is what I remember in wood shop. The drill guide. That's what I remember back then. That's going for about 19 or 20. So I'm gonna have to order a couple of those because I'm gonna need that for quite a few places when I'm framing, and they'll get here in a week or so. That way we can enclose it and start getting it where I can put it where it can be mounted, but I need to get the mounting points too. And that's why I've got to cut those parts short. Those are going to be the mounting points where those pylons are. Those I got to make sure that those are real sturdy, 2x4, the weight, the bearing, 2x6 in between a certain point. So that way it's sturdy, you know what I mean? And then the wood frame for the door build is also going to add to it because right now on the right side, it bows out a little bit. So that's why I've got that lined up. So I got to cut those at mark, do the other side, cut that, get the 2x4s cut to the right length, get those in there, get the paneling for the wings at 1 3/4 of a foot, or roughly 2 feet, get those lined up, get those right where they need to make the best straight cut I can. So that way, when I wood glue and mount those and drill, screw them down into the little pylons I have. That's what those triangles you saw, those little pylons. Get it in there. That's locked in. Next is building up around that using either the 2x2 or the 2x4 just to get the foundation. Then I'm going to start screwing in sideways using class fasteners, like the the metal fasteners that, anyway, just the regular, I guess, kind of, I forget the name of those things. I use them different from up there. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna need to pick up a good 24 to 30 of those, but you'll get to see it. So that way, and I'm paying attention to the weight as far as what I am aware of, how much I'm disregarding, because I write the numbers down, and I know they're not perfect, but when I get the two scales and I set it upon it, I'll have it down. I'll know how far I'm off or how close I am or whatever, But yeah, so I guess I could show you guys right quick. And then I'll get up off of here. All right. Okay. And it's going to look like it's a lot of mess of stuff, but it's not. So I have to remove these. See how they're marked? They're all marked here. And on this side too. I've got to remove those. Okay. 2x4 is going to go right up against here, even. All right, with the pylon. Then from there, that's going to bring this up a little more. This is the only side that's blown a little bit, so it gives a little off play, right? Got to cut those to get those because that's off by about 5 millimeters. I mean, 2 millimeters, excuse me. 2 millimeters when I measured it. Cut that over. I want it going in for strength, right? You see that's not straight. I could cut that. I could jig that up like that. Okay. And then we have the 1.5, and we have the 2x2. All right. So when I get that up on here, I'm going to utilize this, round it with this. I got to still get a router, right? On the outskirts for strengthening. Now, I could use the 2x4 and add a lot more strength to it. So we'll see how that plays out. You get where I'm coming from? We'll see how that plays out. And let me tap this because I pushed this out yesterday. I had to change something. There we go. Perfect. So, got to get the batteries. I'm going to cook something to eat right quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. And then once that's done, let me turn this back around. All right, once that's done, this is where the door frame will be. Yet the door is going to be the square. This is going to be a little square to mock it up. So we pull all this in. All right, and once that's done, then we got somewhere. And then these right here all go in the center here, and then and those right here go down the middle, okay? And you'll see that, all right? Then I have to get my foam, 1-inch foam, to insulate it and the side walls. All right? And I'm not going to insulate that until I frame it up to its appropriate height. I pay attention to all my tie-ins and everything like that, as far as the strength. And once I have it right where it needs to be at, and that's why I need to go ahead and, I know how much it costs over at Aces. Oh my goodness, over here at Aces trying to robbing people. Anyway, I like the people who work there. It's just the business, it's not the people. But Ace is trying to rob people. Because the one over there in Pathway is cheaper than over there in Page is cheaper than a muff. So yeah. So today, getting that done, getting all that cut, measured to us right. I'm measuring 2 or 3 times, marking it until I'm satisfied. Okay, it's marked in the right place, and then it's the cutting part. So that I'm going to use the wheel saw, not the table. The plywood, once that's measured T-squared the way it should be, then I'll cut that up there on the horses and get that as straight as possible. You know what I mean? Oh, Mac, what's going on, fam? Yeah, I appreciate it, cuz. Yeah, man, just trying to get it done. I also been saying for the longest time, I'm going to take and spot weld with the rod to see how it holds with this aluminum, which I know it's not going to be good. It could burn a hole through it. Yet, I've been talking about it. I just haven't done it, and it should have never broken in the first place. But that's that's what happens when you get stuff with foreigners who don't really care, but put a product out and without saying a whole lot of bad negative things. So again, I'm gonna make a post with that goofy statement. Spirit, animal, wolf, whatever the monkey want to call himself. I'm gonna make a post showing you exactly his comments. Like, it was so emotional. It's so emotional, nothing intelligent, nothing rational. And I gave him the sauce. I didn't care. I don't really give a damn about him. He sounds like a friggin' idiot. A whole lot of them do. And I just don't have the time for it. And I'm not here. You don't have to believe nothing I say. I give sources of information. If I'm talking about my family, you gonna tell me about my family? Like, don't be an idiot. Some people, these individuals, when they start mentioning African, they're right there. When they mention this, that, out of, when they say any of that crap, right there, I'm done. There's no conversation. That means that you are a product of the 1800s and 1900s. You don't know history, I cannot parlay with that. You know what I mean? No. I can't respect. I'm gonna respect the people. You know, look how I'm talking right now. But I am not gonna respect the lie. Now, if it's your truth, then I'm not gonna disrespect that. Okay, that's where you're at. Cool. Or that's without no doubt. Okay, that's who I recognize you as. If you want to call yourself a cactus, there's a big thing going on that. Yeah, okay, cactus. It doesn't rob me of anything. I might not say nothing. I'm like, okay, that's what you want to be called. Cool. So what are you gonna call me? I'm gonna call you nothing. I don't need to call you. I didn't need you yesterday. What I need you now for? You know what I mean? Like, they don't know. I'm just an old tobacco, hunting, fishing, wild engine, man. You know, I don't have to profess free or none of that stuff. Like, be who you want to be. They want you to be them. I don't want you to be me. I want you to be who you want to be. Actually, I don't have no want for that. Actually, whatever you choose, it's your choice. Like I said, I don't. There's no conformity. No. I respect if that's what you walk in. Yeah. Most people say, well, you respect your pedophile. Oh, at least he ain't hiding. Now you know who to deal with. They got laws. You know what I mean? People are trippy. You know? People are trippy. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off because ain't nobody gonna come and say nothing, man. You know, it's always the same thing, man. People, with everything going on, you think people will get it together by now? No. I told him, hey man, we can just all that talking. I ain't going back for him. We can just meet up, bro. You flew to Africa? Fly over here, come. Drive over here, come on. No. You ain't gonna get poop. Nah, that's just stupid. Well, come over here and get the business. If that's how you feel, come and get them 515. Come and see what the heavy hammer feel like. That's all. Might knock some sense into him. I don't know. Yeah. Anywho, I appreciate y'all. I'm not even paying that goofy stuff. And you know what? Forget all that. It happens at 3s and 4s and 6s. Oh, stop. It happens because people choose poorly. Bad decision makers. You have an enemy that's murdering, killing, stealing, robbing, raping, always worried about what they can find on you to use against you. How'd that work? Sometimes the act has already been played. You know what I mean? Homie hungry. Anyway, let me make this smaller. Did you see he was going for them, catching them flies like he ain't gonna? That's why I ain't worrying about it. He ran in front of my foot first, and then ran and flip-flopped. I said, let me see if I can get y'all to see that. He just, that thing's about going. He just grabbing and snap. That's another thing. I'm probably gonna set up my own, but that thing's wet. It went to the winter, snow, winds. Oh my goodness. I gotta set up my other tent until we'll get one of these finished first. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna eat, let that digest, get in a little walk, come back. And we're gonna hopefully be a little cooler. It feels pretty good out here. The winds, as long as the wind's blowing, and I'll set it up. I'll put this on charge. It'll be 100%, and you guys get to watch me, not get sawdust in my eye and in my ear, and not drill my finger with the drill. Why it hit it. It just tore the skin because it went to the side. You know what I'm saying? It's about hell. It's just got the scabbing over. But yeah, and that'll be fun to watch that, and we'll see if I made any mistakes. Yeah, see what I do to correct them. You know what I mean? Right now, everything is pretty decent. I just gotta, like I said, cut off that 1 inch on 6 of the power lines. Well, on this side is a little same height. Way it's sitting, it seems like it might be a little less than a milligram, whatever the freaking called, more. But it might just be the way I'm looking at it, because from one side to the side, it could be, and it's blowing out. So I pulled it in. I didn't just leave it out there and then, you know what I mean? I pulled it in, put the level, got it right where I need it. That's where it should be. And then I was like, I didn't put nails in because, like I said, I cut it. I'll hit it with a nail gun, and then I'll go ahead and screw things where it need to be. Well, I'm going to use the screws that don't need to have a pilot hole drill, and we'll see what happens. Because I don't like when the wood splits, because a lot of wood today is not the best quality, you know, like teak and all that kind of stuff, you know. But yeah. See you guys then. You know what I'm saying? Skank looks like an Oli lizard. Yeah. Well, they all over here, bro. If that's what, I don't know. I never even looked up to see which one it is. So they have so many different ones here. You know what I mean? But it's a banger. You know what I'm saying? But hey, look, I'm gonna holler at you guys here in a little bit. All right? And yeah, it's pretty cool, man. The wildlife, the insects, the everything. Walking up, sometimes coming out early in the AM, and they'd be like 4 deers standing right there. 4 big Brahma deers, big ones, standing right there, and they take off running that way. I'm talking about big deers. Like one of them would last me with a freezer 2.5 years, easily. All right, big. I'm looking at them Jersey deers like, oh, these mugs right here. Nah, this is like some on some steroids, anabolic, you know what I'm saying? Decadol, you know, on the gear. Big. And they take off looking like giants. I'm like, look at these things. I couldn't even fit all that meat in that freezer. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Catch y'all later, man.